You're listening to Australia's national youth radio station, Triple J. For more info, go to triplej.net.au.
Triple J, Ross Noble and Terri Psiakis with you this morning. They're back.
Oh, yeah. What about that? Morning.
That was quite... Just when you thought they'd gone.
Yeah, no, I thought they were continuing there, but they just stopped.
They just
Yeah.
cut out.
Morning. I'd just like to say one thing before we start, and that's probably a good thing that's happened there. The reason that little short silence,
Yes.
I was just going, oh, they've stopped. Just so that you know, right, because this happened yesterday. Somebody rang up yesterday, quite annoyed. We jokingly said that I might have been high. I think you said it.
I jokingly accused you of being high.
High, yeah,
At the top of the show yesterday.
on drugs,
Yes.
right? And obviously that there
As
doesn't...
opposed to on a ladder.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Would you get down from there?
I present the whole show on a plinth. A plinth, you can alter the height using a ratchet system. If you hear clicking at any point during the show, that's Terry actually just ratcheting me up just slightly higher. So no, I'm not high on it, but like I said, that doesn't really help the cause, does it? The fact that we just listened to Singing Hamsters and then just stopped.
Well, hang
Just
on.
went,
Are we
oh.
confirmed that it's hamsters?
Oh,
It
was
could be jockeys,
It was, yeah, that's right.
Hamsters,
it was
jockeys.
Hamsters, jockeys, yeah.
squirrels,
Squirrels.
chipmunks.
Yeah. There's no squirrels here, though, is there?
No,
I mean in Australia, I don't mean here.
Well, there was a fly in the studio yesterday. There may well be a squirrel here today.
I shouldn't have mentioned that whole you accusing me of being high, because now, everything I say, I realise I can see why that angry man would think that was the case.
Because a man rang up yesterday.
Yes.
And gave you a bit of a serve.
Yes.
Your first day of answering
Answering the
phones, and
phones.
it scarred you forever.
Yeah, it really did. Because I'm not a druggy type person, but, you know, just the venom in his voice, it was a joke. I must admit, though, this morning, I did... I took a different car in this morning.
Right.
Like it's my own car. I just steal a car.
Just took a pic
Basically,
from the street.
I get high on drugs, steal some hamsters, go around to the jockey's house, they all pile in, we nick a car, and we just drive around. And then, you know, if I end up here, then that's where I end up.
It's worked
you know?
out well.
This studio is actually at the end of the road from where my house is. And, you know, if not, I could have been on a commercial network right now, just kept going. And then wherever I crash, that's
where you go on
when
air.
I say I took a different car, what happens is, right, the car that I've been driving in, right,
Yeah.
which it's not, I wouldn't say it's my wife's car, but, you know, there's two cars, you know.
There's one that you prefer to drive, there's one that she prefers to drive.
Exactly. But the one that I was driving in the past couple of days didn't have any petrol in it. Because what I do is I always forget, you know when you just drive a car and then you go, oh, it's empty now. Oh, I'm not going to have time to stop and put petrol in it. So I left some money on the table before I left. I went, oh, there's some money just on the table there. I'll take the other car. So I took the other car. But what I didn't realise was she'd bought, and I don't know why, she bought 4 bags of potting mix. You know,
and
those,
left them in the car.
Yeah.
I've done that.
Left them in a bag. Have you?
I know what happens here.
As a, did you do it by accident, or is it
By accident.
Is it a thing that Australian women do? it's just like a kind
Yeah,
of a,
female Australian gardeners are
Yeah.
partial to leaving potting. Did it stink it up?
yeah, but it made me a bit woozy. Is that a way of sort of like, is that, you know, when you read in like Cosmo and stuff like that, is that one of those things where it just says
How to
like,
please your man.
how to please your man, keep your relationship exciting, you know.
Oh, no, it's
surprise
very...
your man by filling the car full of potting mix.
Because it's that kind of, that, you know, if it's a decent potting mix and it's got things like blood and bone and all that kind of stuff in it, that's not a smell that you particularly want to drive amongst, because you'd be driving a fair way from your house to here. That's a long time to be surrounded by that particular odour.
Bags of blood and bone. It's never a good thing, is it? But it does. It certainly has, you know, put a...
It's influenced your day.
Is that true, though, in the Cosmopolitan? You know where it always says, you know...
Blood and bone. Please your man.
Yeah, please your man with a bag of blood and bone. That's in Butcher's Weekly, isn't it? I bought a magazine recently. We'll get back to that. Make a note.
What am I making a note of?
Just making a note of keeping your man happy. or keeping you,
Partner.
Yeah.
Done.
Lovely. We'll just stop while you're right there.
Feel free to continue.
I bought a magazine recently because, as you say, I don't live sort of in the city. I live sort of just out, which is kind of, there's a lot of chipmunks in treetop, dwellings.
I mean, there's a lot of this.
I can't sleep at night, to be perfectly honest. I can't get to sleep for singing jockeys. There's a lot of horses and they come creeping around, and I've recently had to lay traps for annoying guy Sebastian. He's tunnelling under my garden. No, but the point is, I live out sort of. You would say it was the country, kind of.
It's not the the city area. It's not in the CBD.
Exactly.
It's not
urban. It's in the agricultural section of the country. And what's great about it, right? And this is kind of one of the reasons why there was no petrol in the car, was because I'd noticed this before. There's like a little general store. It's only a small, little shop. It's nice but small. And I pull up and they've got a little pump outside, for petrol. Pull up. There's no petrol in those pumps. Written in pen on the outside, no petrol. And I thought that might have just been but no, there clearly hasn't been any petrol in those pumps for many years. And it threw me because I've always seen them pumps and thought, I'll get some petrol there. And I've got some in me shed, I've got some petrol, but there wasn't enough to put in the car. But the point is, I was out, and the magazines are very different in there, and it was Sports Shooters Monthly, right? No, already,
Does that have a centrefold?
It does, actually.
Really?
Yeah. What the bizarre...
Just a big gun.
Yeah. It's pictures of... I wish I should have... I'll bring it... I'll try and find it. I'll bring it in tomorrow. There's... that'd be great for the radio.
You can just hold it up to the microphone.
Yeah. Me just going, what do you think of that? And you're going, oh, that's good. So now two of us know what it looks like, and everyone else doesn't. But if you're near a news agency or something now, nip in... Ask them if they've got sports shooters. All of a sudden, news agents will think that the whole of Australia's gone a bit nuts. Have you got sports shooters? Have you got Knives Monthly? But there's magazines for people who are into knives and stuff which is fine if you work in the country and you sort of do all that type of stuff.
Or you're just a nutter.
Exactly. There's probably people sitting in a flat somewhere going, oh, that's a nice one. Sheffield steel, that is. But this sports shooters, it does have a centrefold. It's just picture after picture. I can't believe you're flicking through. It's just picture after picture of just really proud-looking men in beautiful scenery, just holding just dead animals under their arms. Just, maybe it's a bleeding stag hanging over just a post, and a bloke there like that with his gun going, I killed that.
Well, then quite clearly that's how to please your man right there. Just get him to pose with a dead animal.
Yeah.
Someone take a photo of him.
Yeah,
okay, there you go, that's for you. Oh, I'm so happy.
But the thing that made me buy it was on the front cover of Sports Shooters Monthly. It said, top 10 tips for shooting pigs at night. You can't get better than that, can you? I didn't even know what the magazine was at first. I thought it was Cosmopolitan, to be honest. How to please you, man, and shoot a pig in the dark.
Ross Noble and Terri Psiakis with you.
How did you get rid of the smell?
What smell?
The blood and bone in your car.
Blood and bone. When I had the potting mix and stuff in the car, I just had to air it out. And you know what else I've done that's stupid? I've done really stupid things with potting mix and blood and bone and, well, not that stupid, obviously.
I feel like I've opened up some sort of...
a can of blood and bone.
Yeah, like I've hit some sort of raw nerve with you. Oh, no.
Well, I stunk the car out, which was stupid because I had just bought nice fluffy, clearly how much of a life do I not have? I'd just bought nice fluffy car seat covers because I kind of love my car, and the smell got into the car seat covers. Like it was just for days they stank, so I had to hang them out on the line and give them a good airing, as my mum would say. But the other stupid thing I did was to put fertiliser, like stinky poo, good for the garden, but for your nose, it wants to sue. Fertiliser on the garden, which was just outside my front bedroom window, with the bedroom window open. So the smell from the fertiliser went into the bedroom, and then it went into the carpet, into the doona cover, and it stank for ages. No. I just don't think.
So basically,
about smells.
So, because I just got this idea. At that point, did you, at any point, give somebody a lift in your car, and then did they come into your house?
Yeah.
Because
And go, you are the most pongy person.
Yeah, so you jump in the car, it's fine, blah, blah, blah. And you go, it stinks like blood and bone in here. What's the matter with that?
No,
and
I didn't have anyone in the car.
Turn up at the house and then just, you know.
But I think the way to handle that would be to just pretend there was no smell and make the other person think that they were imagining it.
Just kind of blatantly just ignore any weird... This happened to me once. I
think just ignoring things is really quite a good thing to do.
But that...
is just, you know, exactly. Like nothing's happened.
Yeah. I once had a flat, right, in London, and it was... and basically, I lived there, shared a flat with this mate of mine, and we were pigs. I mean, like... I'm not talking about just like a little bit.
There was filth.
When we moved out of that flat, we were walking around looking at the stains on the floor, going, "Oh, remember that? Oh, that was a laugh, wasn't it?" And to the point where it was rat infested, and I used to sit on the couch and basically with, you know, those glasses that you work on the car where they've got like sort of torches either side. You put it like that. I used to sit with an air gun shooting at rats.
No.
Yeah. I'm not proud of it, you know. It was a long time ago, but sorry. As I was talking to you there, I just saw the bloke's Triple J bum. The hottest 100.
Oh, the hottest 100 bum on the front page of the website.
A man's tattooed all of the hottest 100s for the past
100
years.
Yeah.
On his bum, and it appeared on the website just as I was speaking. Ooh, bum.
He has the words "arsehole" and "smells like Teen Spirit" tattooed on his arse, and I have respect for that.
It's just wrong, isn't it?
And the word "amazing."
Oh. You should have that just...
It's getting a bit cocky.
Just right across the whole arse area. No, but I lived in this flat, and it was a long story, but I found this... I was in a shop, and I found a box of postcards, you know, just like... and they were of Prince William age 2. And obviously, like, you know, no one wants postcards of Prince William age 2, you know, they're out of date, you know, they'd obviously sat in, you know, storage for years, and they'd gone, we'll put these in. And they were like a penny each, you know. Well, I had 10 quid worth, didn't I? So
you bought them all.
So I bought the lot, and then, of course, I get back and think, what am I going to do with these? So I stuck them on a whole wall. Just so we had an entire wall in our flat, just had pictures of Prince William age 2. But nobody knew that it was Prince. He just looked like some generic...
Some young boy.
Yeah, exactly. Some generic toddler, you know, just in a pair of dungarees and a stripy blue top. And there he was, just on the wall. Just 1,000 pictures of the same child on one wall. And then my mate, who bought a rope light, you know, a big disco rope light, just, I don't know, I think he bought it. Might have stolen it off a disco man. But he nailed it up around the outside. And as I mentioned yesterday, I sort of collect toys and that. And I did have... I went to... There's a place in the Canary Islands called Sioux City, which is it's a country and western... like a cowboy theme park, you know? And I bought the full cowboy outfit while I was there. So what happened was we decided to get rid of this flat, and we were going to sort of... You know, and the landlord says, I'm sending some people around to look at it. And these two women sort of came through the door, and all they saw was just boxes of toys all over the place, you know, my gremlin stuff and all that, just lying all over the place. 1,000 pictures of a child on the wall as a sort of a shrine, and just a gun, just a Wild West gun lying on the floor. And they saw it, and you could tell they were terrified. They were absolutely terrified. And I'm like, all right. You know, in their stand, just stepping over chicken carcasses and stuff, you know, that had just been left on the floor. And they went, all right, well, it's very nice. Let's... And they left, like, quite quickly. And then there was one of those answer, you know, those phone things that you get, like, on the outside of your house, because it was top flat. And they went down, and I picked it up to hear
what
they were...
sort of thing.
To hear what they were saying as they were leaving. Yeah. And they went, run as quickly as you can. And I just ignored it.
They either would have thought you were really a serial killer, or they would have thought that you were filming a scene for the sequel to the movie Seven.
Yeah, it had that sort of... But I just completely ignored it, you know.
Like it was all
full
normal.
of pleasantries, you know. I often think... I saw a butcher once just walk... He worked in a butcher shop, and he was just covered in blood. You know, he had the full, you know, white jacket on and everything. He'd come out of the butcher shop. He's gone in the post office with all his gear on. He's just queuing up. And no one's batting an eyelid. There's just a blood-stained man just there, just doing his day. Ignored it. Everything was... I think you're right.
That's
I think
bizarre.
it's the only way... It's the only way to do something. If you
just pretend that it's not...
Yeah, commit the biggest faux pas you can possibly imagine. Just ignore it.
Pretend you haven't done it.
Yeah.
Just keep carrying on. Ross Noble and Terri Psiakis with you, and we were talking just before that track about leaving things in cars and stinking up cars.
Yeah.
What was it? Potting mix and
Potting
all that
mix,
kind of stuff.
the perfect way to spice up your relationship.
Paul from Benalla in Victoria, you left something in your car.
I most definitely did.
What did you leave in there?
So barbecue chicken for, nearly 2 weeks. It was when we were on holidays in Queensland, believe it or not.
Oh, so there was a bit of heat happening around the vehicle?
Just a little bit, yeah. And as we were driving around, I used to sort of like, a few days into this, we're driving around, we could smell it. And I think, well, what the hell is that smell? And it was like in an underground car park in the motel we were staying in as well. It was actually going right through that. And we thought it might have been something else. But after a couple of days of being followed by the smell, we thought, I'd better check it out.
Maybe it's us.
Yeah.
That's great.
Good work, Paul. I like the fact that you imposed the stench from your car into the hotel and the guests staying at the hotel.
Oh, yeah. We ended up, once we discovered it, we just threw it in the corner in the car park.
Good work.
Yeah.
And just taking the whole thing out, the whole place. The car never stopped smelling, and it was all pretty horrible, actually.
Many's the time I've been in a car park and seen just a discarded rancid chicken or something. You see stuff in people have dumped the car parks. You think, who's put that there? And now, that's...
Now they know.
It's
That all makes sense.
Thanks for calling.
Call, Paul.
Thank you.
See ya. A friend of mine had a car that I don't think he ever had curry in it, but it just constantly smelled like curry. There was nothing in it. It was just... That was the stench of his car. It just stank like curry.
A bloke that me dad knew had this... there was like a tapping noise in his engine, and every time he started up the engine in the morning, it would just go... and then he'd take...
What's that noise again?
And then he'd take it to the garage and it wouldn't make the noise. And he'd start it up and it was only ever in the morning. And then he finally worked out what it was. He turned the car over and it was mice. It was because of the heat of the car. He lived next to a field, and and what was happening was he was getting home at night.
What was that noise again?
Yeah. He was parking the car. The engine was warm. So all these field mice were in the field and that, and they were all going, I think we'll nip in that car.
Oh.
And then in the morning he'd turn the engine. They'd all go, what? Hey, what? Hey.
What a shock for the mice, because they're just sitting around quite comfortably in the car. Those poor mice just sitting around singing.
That was a beautiful... You see,
that was really overdone, wasn't it?
I turned the car over there and you pressed the button and it didn't fire.
I know.
And then I was left there just like an idiot making a car noise.
Weird button.
Yeah.
Yesterday we were discussing... big news in Victoria, the theft of a Garfield from a suburban shopping centre in Melbourne from the cinemas. And we put the call out, and we still maintain that we will eventually find who stole it. Someone would have seen something.
Yes.
Someone knows something. But we did have a call from a man by the name of Odie from Sydney who said, look, I don't know anything about the Melbourne one, but I've got the one from Sydney. Yeah. And we suggested... What did we tell him to do with the Garfield?
We said, let's take it down to the nearest children's hospital, or a children's hospital, whichever's most convenient, and give it to them. And, because that'll be a nice gift, make up for the fact that you rob from the rich, give to the poor. Yeah. And then, obviously, the kids are happy, his conscience is clean, and we'll also get to see whether the cinema/movie company demand their soft toy back,
From sick kids. Now, Odie has rung us back. Odie, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so take us through what you did yesterday.
Well, basically, I did chat with my friends yesterday, and we came to the conclusion that we'd take your idea and we would drop it off at the Randwick Children's Hospital.
Right.
Which we did yesterday.
Yes.
It was a bit of a laugh. At the same time, we also did type up a letter to give to the Children's Randwick Hospital.
Right.
Would you like me to run through that so you get a bit of an idea of how it all went down?
Yeah, that'd be great, yeah.
We wrote attention to the Randwick Children's Hospital. I'm pleased to announce the arrival of Garfield. I'm hoping your new friend can bring smiles of joy and endless happiness for all the children. Garfield will require a bowl of milk each day and prefer salmon rather than tuna. The love from the children will keep Garfield a young, healthy, vibrant and happy cat for the years to come. I hope that our friend Garfield has a warm welcome and can be shared by all. And I've replied at the bottom here that it's love from Odie and in brackets Triple J Radio.
Oh, nice.
Okay. We're gonna
thanks
have
for implicating us, Odie. That's
thanks.
great.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't take all the credit in relation to this.
No, and you can't take all the fall either, can you?
So you're...
No, but it was quite a sight actually entering Randwick Children's Hospital with Garfield and one of my friends with a little letter in his hands.
Yeah.
And the children were ecstatic. Chance had it there was actually a police officer in the hospital at the time. And I thought I'd been done. I thought, no, this is karma.
You thought it was a bust.
Well, the inquiry desk was all locked up, so the main foyer, there was no one at the front desk, so I'm like, all right, I'm going to have to keep on venturing further into the hospital to find them. I can't just dump it and leave because it wouldn't be right.
You can't just dump a Garfield.
No, you can't do that.
Someone would nick it.
Exactly right. So I couldn't trust any of those kids, so... We kept on venturing down the hall, and to my surprise, I poked my head around the corner, and there was a police officer walking down the stairs. I cursed and started laughing at my friends, saying, oh, no, this is karma for sure. We ended up bumping into one of the girls that luckily came out of a hallway, and we threw it in front of her, and I said, this is love from Odie, and walked off, and my friend did the same thing with the envelope, and she's yelling out, who's Odie? Who's Odie? And we pointed at Garfield and said, put two and two together, and we casually ran out of the hospital.
That's brilliant.
So it's been done.
You're my early nomination for Young Australian of the Year, Odie.
I'd be more than happy to take that.
Yeah, whether it was yours or not, you'd be taking it. What's great about that, though, is the fact that you've put... you had a false name, and yet you put Triple J. You could have just
You haven't called us Triple M, have you, Odie?
Exactly. You could have just given us a false name. And also, I love the fact that in your head as well, there was just a moment where you thought, hang on, is this actual entrapment? Like we laid on the whole thing so that you would get down the hospital, and then the whole place is full of cops.
Well, it was quite fun. That's why I didn't call you back before too, just in case there was a Triple J thing happening, and I just thought, no, I prefer not to them to know my face, so we'll just take care of it our way.
Odie, we on behalf of Australia, we'd like to thank you for what you've done. That is brilliant. You've followed through, you've taken up the challenge, and you're a good Aussie bloke.
Well, I'm just hoping that the rest of the criminals out there that have gone and stolen this lovely Garfield can do the same thing in the other states.
Well, that's the thing. You have laid down the gauntlet to the thieves of the Melbourne Garfield.
And we never found out about the Brisbane and
no, we never found out about the other capital cities whether their cinema Garfields had been stolen.
I challenge them all. If they've done well enough to actually get a Garfield, and I know exactly how hard that is to you all, let's just see if you've all got the balls to actually return it to one of the children's hospitals.
Odie, thank you so much for calling us back this morning.
Anytime.
Cheers,
Alrighty.
man.
Take care.
See ya.
See you later.
That's great, isn't it?
I had too much respect for him to fade him down.
Exactly, yeah. Just let him... Just have a short moment's silence there.
That is brilliant.
But what's great is because if you didn't hear the show yesterday, not only did the Garfield go missing, but also people started calling in and just telling us about every type of mascot and promotional item. There was Ronald McDonald we had. Somebody stole a Yogi Bear, like a full size.
Piece of play equipment.
With a spring on the back, hacked it off. A Hamburglar that ended up being hung from a tree.
A cutout of Eric Bana as Chopper in the movie Chopper from the premiere, the Tasmanian premiere of right. Chopper.
Yep. A Nana. We had a bloke that stole a Nana from a...
We may have an update on the Nana later on.
Oh,
it's a bit of a teaser for you. Keep listening to the show.
So, and just people stealing mascots and just basically people confessing to thefts, really.
Well, maybe that would be the pick-up point today. Maybe the return of stuff. Like, even if you didn't ring us yesterday, if there's something that you've, maybe stolen, you've hung on to, and you're thinking, I just need to clear my conscience. I need to either return it to the owner or to another suitable home.
Yeah,
We're not saying you need to return it to the person you stole it from. We just reckon join the dots. Like Garfield is a toy, went to the kids' hospital.
Move it on.
Move it on. Pay it forward, people.
Wouldn't that be great if just tomorrow, just all of a sudden, all over Australia, just things got returned and people's cars got pulled back. How has this happened?
That would be awesome.
And secretly, just somewhere, just a Garfield, just winks.
You're listening to Triple J, Ross Noble and Terri Psiakis with you, and people are already ringing in with, you know, they're trying to have an amnesty on stuff.
Give stuff back.
Give stuff back. Who have we got here? We have a man who calls himself Seagull from the central coast of New South Wales. Now explain to us what you stole and your current predicament.
Well, it all started when I went to the movies to see Finding Nemo, and I had a large Coke in my hand, and someone said, look, I dare you to tip that Coke out, because you can't take it in, and put a Nemo fish in it, which was swimming in the little aquarium next to the ticket booth.
As part of the promotion for Finding Nemo, they had live fish.
A live fish?
Well, they had about 7 of Nemos, so I was like, oh, they're not going to notice one. So we made a little barricade of people. And there I am fishing away, and I finally got it in the thing. It turned out I didn't even see the movie, because I thought, oh, I've got the fish, I can't let it swim in the movie or in a cup. So I took it home, put it in a bowl. The next day I had found myself buying a tank for like $80, and then filter, and then pebbles, and food. So it's just been a nuisance pretty much. I just never wanted to fish anyway. It was just a dare, but went horribly wrong. So.
And the irony of it is, had you actually seen the film,
you didn't even get to see it.
You would have seen the fact that the whole film is basically about a fish who's broken up from his friends and family.
Exactly.
And the very thing...
You did the same thing.
Yeah, you basically did the thing that... if you'd have taken it into the film, you would have gone, oh, really? That's...
put it back on the
Exactly.
So now, did you try and return this little Nemo?
Yeah, well, Nemo's tank has moved on, and there's some, you know, the next movie came along, iRobot or something, I can't remember what it was, but it's just a poster board now, and the aquarium's to wherever it goes.
So even if you wanted to return this Nemo to where you got it from, you can't because the tank's not there?
No, I think he's just going to have to find his father by swimming around in a plastic bag or something.
So we need to find a home for Nemo.
Nemo wants a home. He's not living here anymore. His rent's up. Later's Nemo.
So
where can we get you to take Nemo?
How slack are you? The fact you go, a fish. Oh, he's too much hassle. Can I just say one thing? Never have a child.
Well, you know what we're going to do? We're going to ask you to hang on the line. I'm going to get your phone number during this next track, and we will find a home for Nemo. We will have a think. We'll take some suggestions, and you know, it has to be that kind of pay it forward kind of thing. It has to go to a place where it would be happy and where people would be happy to have it.
It's a clownfish. That's the actual fish.
So we think about the fact that it's a clownfish.
I mean, it could join the circus, but the Stardust Circus don't take him either, so...
You've tried that?
No, well, I thought about it, but I've just seen elephants, and I thought elephants, clownfish, not going to mix, I don't know. Not going to work.
When he's in it, when you're looking at the clownfish, at any point do the sides fall off the tank? And, like, all the confetti comes out of the thing?
No, he doesn't do anything. He just spins around. He's a bit of a geek. I don't like him. He's pointless. I don't see the point in keeping fish at all. And you have to pay for their breathing and all sorts of crap.
Pay for their breathing?
I hate paying for people's breathing.
Oh, yeah,
exactly. I can just imagine you sitting there just resenting its gills.
Just looking at it like... I missed out on hooking up with some chick because I had to go home with Nemo.
So hang on a second. What, you'd gone to the cinema...
Tragic.
On a date?
Yeah, pretty much, with a group of friends, and someone said, dare to take Nemo, and I got so high on getting it, and I thought, I'm not throwing it back after 10 minutes of fishing it with a Macca's cup, I'm taking this baby home. And then turned out resenting it like the next day, going, I have to buy everything for it, you know.
Did she know that you had your eye on it, or was it like, was it one of them things where...
Pretty obvious, yeah, I think it was pretty obvious.
Right, and then did you just disappear, or did you say, look, love, it's not happening tonight. It's not happening because I
had other commitments.
I have a sticky cup full of fish. it ain't going to happen.
Oh, Seagull, hang on the line and always use condoms. I faded him down. Oh, my God. Okay, well, we're going to have to find a home for Nemo. We can do that.
Oh, easy. We've got to find Big Kev as well. Don't forget.
We're still looking for Big Kev.
Still looking for Big Kev, and there's a possible lead on him.
Yes, maybe.
Yes. So if you've got somewhere that the fish can go to, then
a suggestion, yeah, somewhere a little bit left of field, but somewhere that makes sense. 1800 0555 36.
I'm thinking maybe an old folks' home. They tend to have quite a lot of fish there, don't they? In fact, if you've nicked a nana. let's send a nana and a fish, with a fish in the hand of the nana.
We could do that.
Yeah, that'll get it freaky. Here she is, and she's brought her pets. So give us a call, and also if you've nicked other stuff and you want to give it back or return it to another home, and also if you work in the cinemas in Adelaide or Brisbane or Sydney, not Sydney, that's the one, and you know the whereabouts of those Garfields, give us a ring.
To take us to the news. Triple J, Ross Noble and Terri Psiakis with you. We've had some, a few people ring up with homes for the little Nemo fish.
All on the other side of the country,
yes.
though.
Little Nemo fish is currently in the central coast of New South Wales, and Sarah from Karratha and Alex from St Kilda East said that they would love to give Nemo a legitimate home, a little tank and stuff like that, which was lovely.
He doesn't actually have the ability to travel across.
I don't think he'd travel very well at all. And also, Rowan from Albury in Victoria rang us up. I think, is Albury in Victoria? I think I might have stuffed up there. Who knows? His cat Tiger would like Nemo. Apparently, Rowan's running a little bit low on cat food, and thought that his cat.
Yeah, it was nice of him to call.
Is it poisonous? I said, I don't know.
It's like we offer a service. Yeah, we do give away live animals on show, and we do provide a service in case you want to feed them to your pets.
Now, we've got a call from Andrew in Melbourne. Are you there, Andrew?
Yes, I am.
Yes, now you have a bit of a suggestion.
Well, yeah, I've currently got a circus, and I was looking at expanding it into other areas.
What sort of circus? When you say you've got a circus, what have you...
I've got a flea circus.
Right.
And I thought a clownfish would be a great addition to the fleas.
Now, forgive me for not being trained in the veterinary arts, but wouldn't the fleas drown if the clownfish were to join them, or would you have it sort of positioned behind?
Probably behind, yeah.
Yeah. Now, so with the flea circus, what? How would you get into something like that? Well, I mean, were you homeless and you went, hang on, I've got a few of these, and like, how did that come about?
No, I actually inherited it from my uncle.
All right.
So it's sort of a family tradition passed down through the generations.
Right. So is it? So what, you get the fleas and you just tie bits of wire to them? Is that right?
No, they you don't tie wire to them. You just let them do what they do. You provide trapeze and small horses, and they just do what they do.
Did you just say small horses?
Yes.
What do you mean, like Shetland ponies or what?
Flea horses.
Like
right.
Models of?
Yes.
A tiny, tiny horse. Just, if you got an actual... Sorry. Sorry, we've gone. That's it. No, come back. He means models of horses. He doesn't mean tiny. No, that might be tiny horses, like Shetland ponies, you know. Like a Shetland... Well,
they're fleas. They could live on a tiny horse.
A Shetland pony with dwarfism. It could happen. A tiny... I can't think... I can't think... Can fish
Andrew, we've shown you no respect. I must apologise.
Sorry about that.
No, that's okay.
So what would you do with the Nemo?
At least I attempt to talk to him and not just laugh in his
I can't.
Sorry, that does happen from time to time.
So he would be an adjunct. He would be like an extra special feature of the circus.
Yeah, and something you could actually see, because it's a little difficult to see fleas because they're so small. Maybe a draw card to bring people in to the flea circus business. It is being a bit slow lately.
Do they perform to music, your fleas?
Yes.
They do? What's their favourite track to perform to?
Well, it's actually quite similar to the one you've been playing for the last couple of days.
Like this?
I can see them now. You know, them fixing a shoe or... No, that's not circus, is it? Sorry, I meant... I was trying to think of things that the fleas were doing. I said fixing a shoe as if it was like a flea workshop. That's where you could diversify. Someone's got to build the scenery for them.
Andrew, have you got any flea circus gigs that you want to plug?
Flea circus gigs? Well, no, it's sort of off-season at the moment, so that's why I'm looking at things like Nemo.
All right. Well, if you're in Melbourne... Nemo's in Central Coast of New South Wales. Would you be willing to travel? Who would look after the fleas if you left?
Well, my girlfriend's actually in the Central Coast of New South Wales right now.
All right.
So she could bring him back.
All right. Well, look, we'll hang on the line. Hang on the line there.
All right.
We also have... I'm still trying to get that out of my head. Feel free to feel while I play with the phone.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were just pressing the... So I don't know how the technology works. I thought you were going, press. Here's the next person. Sorry. Is he still there behind me? Is he still there?
Yes. Do you want to talk about that now?
I wouldn't mind if you don't mind.
Okay, go
Freak
for
me
it.
out slightly.
Go for it.
Just for about the past 20 minutes, there's been just a bloke standing outside. There's large windows in the studio, and a bloke just appeared at the window, and he appears to be listening to headphones, but at the same time reading a book. So he's actually viewing us a little bit like an aquarium-style event.
Where Nemo's.
Yes, where human Nemo was. And he was outside the window, and then he disappeared. And I thought, oh, he's gone now. But apparently he's appeared over my shoulder.
He's right behind you.
He's right behind me right now. And the thing
he's
is...
nodding and smiling.
My trousers are a little bit loose, to be honest, this very day.
So he's got...
And he got a full view of my arse area.
Well, he's still sitting there, so he must like it.
Which is quite nice. Are you all right? Do you want to... Just come in. Come in. Just come in.
Hang on. Well, you come in. We'll have a quick chat to Yeti from Melbourne. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeti from Melbourne. Now, we're talking about people who've stolen things and returning things. Yeah. What did your mate steal?
Well, it made page 5 of the Herald Sun newspaper in Melbourne last year in relation to Molly Meldrum's big night out. My mate actually managed to steal Molly Meldrum's hat off his head from outside Crown Casino.
Right. And does he still have the hat?
Yes, I think he still does. He tried to donate it to the local footy club, but they didn't really want to have Molly's hat on display because it might, we've got a few members of the footy club that are actually police officers, so might not have gone down too well.
Do you think your friend would be willing to part with the hat in order to return it to somewhere that would be perhaps befitting of the hat?
I reckon he would be. It's a generous sort of bloke,
So maybe we should think of somewhere...
Was this a big... Because I don't think I was in the country at the time.
This was a big deal.
Was it... It was actually stolen, like, it was whipped off his head, was it?
Yeah, he sort of... Molly had a bit of a bender, and I think his dog got stolen the same night too. And, yeah, someone else happened to him,
And you thought you'd cheer him up, you and your mates, stealing his hat.
Well, I wasn't there. My mate was on his own. He came out of one of the nightclubs, and so did Molly, and he's seen him there. And he got two complete strangers to run like a shepherding move on him while he stole his hat and ran off.
Come by.
Molly Meldrum, 2:00.
So, yeah, now we've all got photos of us wearing Molly Meldrum's hat, giving the thumbs up. So
did you ever send any photos of you wearing the hat to Molly?
No, we haven't, because I don't know really where to contact him, but
all right, well,
I'd like to.
I want you to hang on the line too, because we might be able to find something to do with that hat. You can just ring your mate up and say, give me the hat.
I think we should...
Triple J told me I have to take it to the children's hospital.
What are they going to do with Molly Meldrum's hat? Give it to John Howard or someone, he's bald.
Hey, that's a good suggestion. Hang on the line, Yeti.
No worries.
Ross Noble and Terri Psiakis with you on Triple J, and we've been joined by a special guest,
Very
Ross.
special guest in the studio. Yeah, Fred. Hello.
Hello.
Now, a lot of radio shows would actually have a guest. Maybe ring them up in advance. Maybe, so some people would maybe think like, oh, who can we have that's possibly interesting that could, speak to a large amount. We, on the other hand, see somebody standing in the corridor, looks a bit bored. Go, do you want to be on the show? You're on the show.
Cool.
Yeah. So what brings you down to the studios? Because to be honest with you, at first I thought you were an intruder.
No, well, my dad is just recording, he's balancing some music.
He's balancing it?
Yeah, just kind of working out so it sounds good. Just
in another studio here at the ABC?
Down there.
Ah, what sort of music is he balancing?
I'm not quite sure what you call it, that, kind of, weird music.
Not like this?
No.
Oh, we should get him in to balance that, really.
That needs balancing.
It does.
Yeah,
There's
kind
a bit
of
too much of it, possibly.
contemporary.
All right, okay. There's all sorts of stuff going on in these studios that we don't know about.
Mysterious,
like
strange
out the back
things.
there, people ferreting around and and that. No, there are. No, seriously. Like, I've got me back to that area there.
Yes.
I can see out into the,
The atrium.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what's on the next. Nice word.
Atrium.
What a great word atrium is. I like that.
Atrium.
I mean, I've heard it before. I'm not saying like, wow, you've invented it.
I was just thinking, I didn't invent it.
Yeah, exactly. Wow.
I heard it from Fred. I heard Fred say it, and I thought that was a good word to say.
And, I don't know what's going on up there, but everyone that goes up the stairs looks quite stern.
That must be the evil bit up there.
Yeah, I think they've got a giant laser gun mounted on the roof, apparently.
Have you been up there, Fred?
Yes, I have. I've been on the roof. It's pretty cool.
Really?
Yeah. It's not that cool.
It's better than here, clearly.
Yeah, obviously.
You must be super bored. Just I'll go on the roof for a bit, then come down. Have you been in the car park?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see a car that was surrounded by woodland creatures scrabbling at the door, desperate to eat blood and bone?
No.
Because that would be my vehicle right now. Right now, I've got a feeling that just rats are just clawing at the doors.
Now, Fred, when you come in to visit, do you come in to visit your dad very often, or have you just come in today
not
as
really.
a one-off?
No, sometimes I come in and just if he's not really doing anything really interesting, I just go, "Oh, do you want to come into work?" All right. So I came in.
Because you'd be on school holidays now.
Yes, I am.
What year are you doing this year?
10.
Year 10.
Year 10.
Good on you. That's all right.
Yeah.
Quite happy with that.
What? I have no idea what year 10 is. I'm not from these parts.
Oh, no.
2 years before year 12.
Oh, I see. I've been a fool to myself. Yeah, I have no concept of numerical order. No, we don't have it in the UK. We just have, like, you have little school, middle school and big school. And then, you know.
That's it.
Yeah, but you go, like, first year, second year, and then you get to the next school and you start again. So, like, if I was in year 2 in middle school, people might think I was, like, 4. which is very
confusing.
Yeah, it's very confusing, especially when there's like 28-year-olds in your class.
Well, what we might do is we might, Fred, if you're happy to float around the studio, maybe you can come back a little bit later and take the band quiz for today.
I'll try.
Did you want to do that?
Okay.
I reckon you'd be good at that.
Seeing all the genuine
Don't peek.
I've just thought of another good word.
Go on.
Rather than atrium, there's quadrangle.
Quadrangle, yeah. Is it quadrangle or quadrangle? I always say quadrangle. Was it quadrangle?
I think either one is acceptable.
Quadrangle is when you fight with somebody with 4 legs.
Is it harassment or harassment?
Yeah.
That shits me, because I hear
I'd
newsreaders...
rather harassment.
Harassment?
Harassment.
Oh, I see the way you pronounce the words. I thought you meant us talking to Fred, clearly against his will. Is it harassment or
We
harassment?
suspected that he may have been harassing us in the very beginning when he was floating outside the window. Now we've turned the tables.
Exactly. I don't know.
We'll hang around, Fred.
Yeah, you can take the band quiz later on. Don't look at them.
We'll take the band quiz when Ross has finished writing the questions.
All right, then.
Ross Noble and Terri Psiakis with you on Triple J. And we should announce that tomorrow we will have a very special celebrity interview at some point during the show. We will be talking to the owner of the Triple J Hottest 100 Bum.
Wow.
At some point during the show tomorrow.
So he's going to be unmasked, so to speak.
He will be unmasked.
Are we talking to him on the phone, or is he going to be here?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure at this stage whether he's going to be here in the flesh.
Because if he is, obviously,
we're going to ask him to drop his dax.
Exactly.
We're going to have a bit of a close look. Well, are we really? We've already seen it on the web. Do we need to get any closer?
If he's in here, if you've gone to that trouble of having yourself tattooed, whether we ask him to or not, he's going to be dropping his trousers. So that's just something we need to be aware of.
We just walk in and we'll just go, drop him.
Yeah.
And that'll be it.
And there's going to be full-on display.
Get some security guard. Just, No, I don't want to drop my pants. Too bad. Just pull them down for him.
Fred's still here.
Fred's still here.
Yes,
just in the corner there.
Fred, I'm fading you down. We've got a call. We have Charlie from Adelaide on the line.
G'day, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, not bad.
Now, geez, we've started something here.
We started a beautiful thing.
The Garfield issue. One was stolen from Melbourne. We're trying to track it down. One was stolen from a cinema in Sydney. It has now been taken to the Randwick Children's Hospital. Something's happened to a Garfield in Adelaide, hasn't it, Charlie?
It has.
When did this happen and what happened?
It happened probably 4 or 5 days ago now.
Right.
Me and a couple of mates of mine went to the video shop to get some videos. didn't want to go out for a big night on the first. We thought we went a bit big on the night before.
Okay.
So we rocked up. We're trying to get some videos, and the people there weren't exactly friendly to us at the video shop.
Right, which will remain nameless.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
And so we decided we might get back of them by taking one of their cardboard cutouts.
So you took a cardboard cutout of a Garfield.
Absolutely.
It's always the way. Bad customer service, steal a big cat. It's what I do. It's the way I operate.
So this was well before, I'd just like to clarify, before we mentioned anything about stealing Garfields.
I was about to say exactly the same.
This had nothing to do with us, did it, Charlie?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I just turned on the radio this morning, heard you guys talking about it, and couldn't believe it.
So who has the Garfield now?
A girl friend of mine who isn't actually in town. She's still down in Victor.
In Victor Harbour in South Australia?
Yep.
And she has the Garfield?
Yeah, it's sitting in her living room.
Do you think she could be talked into perhaps donating the Garfield to another person or organisation?
It's probably worth a try.
Do you think if I put you on hold you could give us her number?
Yeah, I should be able to.
Brilliant.
Brilliant, Charlie.
We'll give her a ring, and
Right.
if she can... Some would say almost shamed into...
Oh, just ring her up and abuse her.
Oh, well, we'll get very close, but we won't quite go as far as that. Hang on the line, Charlie.
Cheers.
Alrighty. Things are happening.
Oh, it's
I don't know
gonna be
what,
done,
but stuff.
Yeah, so if you didn't hear yes, because he said, basically, it wasn't just Garfields that went missing, it was... what else? All sorts of different mascots and cardboard cutout and...
Advertising, a nana, like a cutout of a life-size nana that was out the front of a walking frame shop was stolen and went missing and weird things.
But if there's anything at all that you've stolen, if it's in the Garfield area, then that's good. But anything at all, if you've got it, you want to own up, if you want to...
You want to return it. You want to pay it forward. That's what it's about today.
Yeah.
Yesterday it was just bragging about what you flogged.
Yeah, and this time we're giving back. We're giving something back.
Ross and Terry with you. Shall I make the phone call?
Yes, make the phone call.
While I'm doing that, how about you fill in what we're actually doing?
I just wondered how bass clef. Imagine having a bass clef palette. So every time you spoke, it went dum 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 dum. Yeah, basically what we're doing now is, you see, normally in a radio environment, what you probably do is you'd ring up beforehand and then warn the person that you are going to ring them and sort of explain a bit about it. But quite frankly, that's the cheats way of doing it. So what we're going to do is we're going to ring her up directly. She has no idea we're about to call. She might...
Penny, who has a Garfield.
Penny with a Garfield, that's right. She's stolen it, so she's about to be unmasked on the radio. She has absolutely no idea at all. Like I say, she might be there, she might not be there. That's the excitement there is right there. Is she? I think, is it ringing? Have we got any second now?
Let's see.
Imagine if you just heard the do 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 do. Oh, you've played that instant. It's ringing. Pick it up. She might be listening to her radio and just panicking. Oh.
Hello, Penny's phone.
Hello, can I speak to Penny, please?
I was trying to find her.
Thank you.
Okay.
Do you want some hold music?
She seems to have some.
Do you want hold music?
Yeah, just put her on hold. She's got some sort of very young butler who answers her phone for her. She appears to have a 5-year-old. Hello, Penny.
I can't seem to find her at the moment.
It's really, really urgent. Who are we speaking to now?
Tom Austin.
Tom Austin. Hello, Tom Austin. Hello, my name's Ross.
And I'm Terry. We're calling from Triple J. So we're kind of, this is costing the ABC money calling this mobile.
Okay, well...
We're actually on the... You're actually on the radio now, as you're talking. Like, this is... You're actually broadcasting to an entire nation.
Are you serious?
Yeah, no, seriously, yeah, you're actually on the radio. What are you up to there?
We're just going to head out on the boat and do some skiing today.
Wow, bit of skiing on the old ski boat and that. And has she parcelled to disappearing off?
I found her now.
Oh, have you?
Oh, she's there.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Are you in her house by any chance?
Yes.
Are you in the living room?
I'm in her bedroom.
Oh, hello. Okay, do you want to just put her on then?
Yeah, I'll put her on.
Okay.
Hello?
Hi, is that Penny?
Yeah.
Penny, it's Terry and Ross calling from Triple J. How are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Not too bad. We had a call from your friend Charlie just a little earlier on in the show, and he mentioned to us that you guys had a Garfield.
Oh, yeah.
Is that...
Now, how did you acquire the Garfield?
My friend took it from outside the video shop. Put it in the back of the ute.
Excellent.
Right, so it was a very...
It made a ute escape. Brilliant.
And where's the Garfield now?
It's in our room, in my living room, because my friend in Adelaide has a shed out the back, which we always, drink in before parties, so we're going to put it in there.
You're going to put it in the shed?
Yeah.
A drinking shed.
Is that the equivalent of putting it in the pool room, like putting it on display?
Yeah.
I love the idea of a drinking shed.
That's a great idea. See, because we're the reason we're interested in your Garfield is because there was a Garfield stolen from a cinema in a suburb of Melbourne that's gone missing, and we're trying to track that down and find out what's happened to it or if anyone knows anything about it. And someone rang us up yesterday, and they had stolen a Garfield from a cinema in Sydney, and we got them to return it. Not to where they stole it from, but to a children's hospital. And we were kind of wondering whether you would consider parting with your Garfield and maybe, donating it to someone who wouldn't drink with it in their shed.
Yeah, sure.
You'd do that?
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, what's around? Is there... Where should we send it, Ross?
Is there a children's... Obviously, you're going skiing on your boat there. Is there a children's hospital on the way at all?
I don't think so. There's a normal hospital in the other direction.
In the other direction? Or what about
just in the Victor town.
What was your other suggestion for somewhere?
What about, is there a play group or something nearby?
Childcare centre,
maybe? Like a childcare centre nearby?
Kids would get a kick out of a bit of Garfield.
Probably. I could ask. I don't really know what's around here, but I could find out.
Okay, well, what we might do, we'll get you to hang on the line for just a sec. And, actually, no, we've what am I talking about? We've got your number.
The number.
Sorry, Penny, I'm just having a flashback to 1974. We'll give you a call tomorrow. How's that? And find out what's happened with your Garfield.
All right.
Is that okay?
Yeah,
and you can tell us what you've done with it.
Okay.
Beauty.
Magic.
What a star, Penny. Have fun.
Yeah, have fun skiing.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
Bye.
There she goes. Hey, what about that? 2 stolen Garfields winging their way to the sick children of Australia.
That's fantastic.
Hey, what about that? We've got to find the other ones that have been stolen.
We're going to track down that Melbourne one. Somebody
knows, because that's the one that started it all off. That's the one in the paper.
That's the one with the photo from the security footage that kicked everything off.
And that was wiped as well.
The security footage that was mysteriously wiped, we found out. Someone rang in who had a friend who works at that cinema who went to check the security footage, has been completely wiped from that night.
Did you see anything? That's the other thing. Did you see somebody loading that big car?
Narre Warren in Victoria, it's not a massive suburb. Like, someone would know, someone would have seen something. We want to know about it. 1800 0555 36 on Triple J. Well, it is time for Ross Noble's band quiz.
Oh, yes.
And taking the quiz today will be our special guest for this hour, Fred.
Fred, live in the studio. It's never been done face-to-face, live in the studio. Terri will keep score on this to see how well you do. It's dead simple. If you think it's a band, say it's a band. If you think it's not a band and that I've made it up, say not a band, right? Okay. So, here we go. Start the quiz like we've got some sort of quiz. Right then, here we go. Is it a band or is it not a band? Big Sponge Bastard.
Not a band.
It's not a band. Seasons of the Witch.
Band.
It is a band. Sid Rumpo.
Band.
It is a band. Bobbins of Death.
I'm going to go band with that.
No, not a band. Made up. Mum's Tennis Friend.
Not a band.
It is a band. It might be Tennis Friends, actually. Love Monger.
Band.
Not a band. Tatty Man's Back.
Not a band.
Not a band. Lizard Train.
Band.
It is a band. John Candy's Mind Frill.
Band.
It's not a band. The H-Bum.
Band.
Not a band. Teddy Boys.
Not a band.
Is a band. Teddy Bears.
Not a band.
Not a band. Teddy Buns.
Not a band.
Not a band. Shower scene from Psycho.
Not a band.
It is a band. There's a genuine band. Shower scene from... Spin Yourself Swedish.
Not a band.
It's not a band. Mondays are like knockers.
Band.
It's not a band. No. Dress Me Up as Tuesday.
Band.
Not a... Ash Wednesday.
Not a band.
It is a band. Fudge Puddle.
Band.
It is a band. There we go. How did he do on that one?
Okay, hang on. Let me add it up.
I've just realised that I've got a prize this time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you lost by one.
Oh. Because look what the prize was out of my bag. Don't ask me why. It was a small piece of... what do you think that is?
I'd hate to guess.
It's go on, have a guess. What do you think it is?
It looks like an orange tapeworm.
Feel it. What do you think that... Look, that's the prize now.
I don't know what that is.
I'll tell you what it is. It's tape, but it's got wire through it, so you can electrify it. It's electric fence.
Don't give that to a boy in year 10.
It's just as well he didn't win the quiz then, isn't it? That's an electric fence tape wire right there for
Fred.
electrify your friends. Have fun, electrify your friends.
Thank you for joining us, Fred. Ross Noble and Terri Psiakis with you. And,
it's just... you know what? I've never... I'm willing to say I've never been happier in my life. I'm willing to go that far. I'm willing to say that this is possibly the greatest moment in human achievement.
Yesterday it was all about people who've nicked stuff. Today it's been about not just returning it, but returning it in a way that just makes the universe... just that little bit happier.
In many ways, it's about redemption as well.
David, are you on the line?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, David, whereabouts are you at the moment? You're on the road?
We're near Barnsdale and heading towards Lakes Entrance right now.
Okay, now explain to us where you've been and what you've done along the way.
Well, me and my friend Steve had a week off work, so we decided to just take off and head towards Melbourne. And now we're heading back towards Brisbane, which is where we come from. And
you've had a special passenger, haven't you, from Brisbane?
Yeah, we've got a monkey we stole from the Valley Fiesta, Triple J's Valley Fiesta in the Fortitude Valley. He came for the trip and he's with us now.
Now, when you say monkey, it's not a live monkey, is it?
I hope not. No, it's just a wooden monkey, just a cutout, like a wooden cutout.
So it was something that was being used as part of the Triple J kind of publicity thing at the Valley Fiesta?
Yeah, they had a heap of them all around the place, and when Hilltop Woods were on, we stole it.
How big was this monkey?
It's a fairly big monkey. It's probably around about a metre.
That's one,
fairly big.
That's one big monkey.
Yeah, he's a cool monkey. A little wooden cutout, like some plywood.
And so he's been hanging out with you. And
yeah, he's been chilling.
And now you're on your way from Melbourne to Brisbane.
Yeah, along the coast road. We came inland on the way there, and now we're going along the coast road back.
Now, you've missed us because we're in the Melbourne studios, but would you consider perhaps stopping off in Sydney on your way to Brisbane?
Yeah, well, we don't really care. We've been driving for about 24 pointless hours, so we don't mind dropping in anywhere else.
Would you consider dropping in via the Triple J studios in Sydney on your way to Brisbane?
Do you want to stop at the Triple J studios, Steve? Yes, we do.
Do you want to drop the monkey off?
Yeah,
I know it came from Brizzy. Would that be okay?
I'm sure he'll be happy with that. Give him a good home.
I know Brisbane's his real home, but surely he'll be happy in Sydney.
I'm sure he will be.
Or is anyone on the road heading this way that could maybe pick it up at a motorway service area, and the monkey could head its way back to us?
Alrighty, will you drop it off in Sydney, and we'll let them know that you're coming. We'll say that David from Brisbane is on his way. He's got a monkey with him.
Okay.
We'll word up security so you're not cavity searched at the door, and you can drop it off at the Sydney studios.
Cool.
Awesome.
All right.
We'll drive safely, David.
Thank you. When do we have to be there by?
You, in your own time, mate. I don't want to rush you.
It's not the cannonball run.
You take breaks, you drink a bit of coffee, make sure 15-minute power nap, mate, saves lives. You do that. You get there in your own time, and trust me, they will let us know when it gets there.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Alrighty, see you, mate.
Alrighty, bye.
Right now, Sydney is being put on red alert. Red alert for the imminent arrival of the stolen monkey.
You thought security here was pretty full on. Wow,
Sydney.
How are they going to react to a monkey?
I like the idea that we don't word them up on it. I say we don't tell them at all.
No.
And then those two tired men turn up after driving like non-stop, like Le Mans 24 hours. They arrive. There you go. There's a stolen
You know
monkey.
what I would love? Actually, we should have specified. I would have loved it if they had been able to, coordinate their driving so that they could rock up in the dead of night with a monkey. And just drop it off in the middle of the night.
I thought you were going to say, when he said, what time do you want us to be there by, we should have given him a specific time. So these two poor blokes were hammering across the track. We got to get that monkey there. It's got to get there. I don't know why they're American. I've got the cannonball run in my head.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Now, it is all about returns today. And I feel
like I've been dipped into a lovely hot bath of just love. I really do.
We have, we were talking yesterday, someone rang in, I can't remember where they were, regional New South Wales, I think, saying that they'd stolen a nana, a life-size nana, a cardboard cutout of a nana.
From outside of a walking frame shop.
Yes, she's a nana who her pose is such that you can kind of insert an actual walking frame into her hands and it looks like, she's demonstrating the product.
Yes.
That was stolen. Yesterday we got a call from Ben from Melbourne who said, you know what, I've got one of those nanas.
Yeah, because of course it's not an isolated incident. As we've seen with the Garfield, one goes missing, it's an epidemic.
It is.
Nanas are going missing right, left and centre.
Ben was kind enough to say, look, I'm in the Melbourne area. I could probably drop it off to you in the studio if you'd like it.
I wish we had a Choir of Angels sound thing.
We've got something very close. But Ben has indeed been true to his word. Don't shake your head. It's your thing.
No, I wasn't doing that. I wasn't shaking my head. Look, watch again at what I did. I was touching my forehead.
Can't believe it.
Sometimes miracles do happen, It's like, to be honest with you, it started with nanas. Tomorrow, I'm saying we get, sick kids. I say we bring them in here. And we'll get them up and going again.
Little lost dogs,
exactly.
Lost animals.
I think lepers. Are there still lepers around? I reckon we could cure. I can't believe it's actually here.
That's why I love this country, Ross.
Yeah.
And Ben has brought it
there's
in.
no lepers.
To the studio. He's brought the nana in. Now it was originally liberated, shall we say, from the Doncaster shopping centre.
Yeah, that's right. Me and my friend Laurie saw it, and we just knew we had to have it. And the original plan was to stand it up on the road and run over it, and, just so we could see what it was like to run into a nana without the legal sort of complications like a long court case or a heavy jail time.
It's always the legal aspect that brings down the whole running over a nana scenario. But as time went on, actually, a whole lot of sort of other opportunities present themselves, and to do wrong by a nan.
We were actually going to put it in the park and set a fire around it and just call out for help and see if anyone came to help it out.
Because what's great about this nan, I wish we could. When we finally get a website,
we should take a photo of it and put it on the webpage.
Because she's such a happy nan. This is the thing. She's got a lovely little watch on. She's got
wearing pearls,
lovely pearls, and she's so happy. I mean, the fact she's having trouble walking. I mean, her teeth gritted, going, "Oh, my hips." But she's such a happy nan, and the sight of her just smiling from inside flames would be...
It's actually where she is. She's kind of just just in my, as I'm sort of using the microphone, she's just in my peripheral vision to my right. And already since she's been in here 3 times, I've done one of those quick, oh my God, someone's there, and it's been Nan. So it's just kind of...
Well, the scary thing is where she's standing, like I'm sitting sort of like on the other side of the desk, but I'm sort of facing the sort of directly in front of her, and I swear she's looking at me.
And the expression on her face is like she's saying, "Oh, Ross."
Oh, yeah, exactly. You know,
oh, Ross, I'm you cheeky monkey.
Yeah, I've got biscuits. I think that's what she's saying. In fact, because she's holding... Look at her hands now. I know there's a visual, but because she's holding her hands where a walking frame is supposed to be placed to sell the walking frames, it looks like she's doing, like, guess which hand the coin's in. She's holding her 2 fists.
Got a treat for you, guess which hand.
Hey, come on, there's a word that's original there if you want it.
Oh, my goodness. Now, Ben, you've been kind enough to drop Nan off, and you're willing to relinquish Nan to the greater good.
Yeah, it's just done nothing but sit in my back room for the last 3 years, and I thought that somebody might be able to do something with it and enjoy it and might give them as much fun as it gave me.
We won't ask too many questions.
No.
Check it's not soiled.
Well, thank you very much for doing that. We'll have to have a bit of a think about what we're going to do with Nan, because there are a number of options. We've been discussing them.
We can't let her we can't put her into retirement now. She's got to go off and...
Well, we did debate that yesterday. We thought if we get a Nan, should we drop her off at a retirement village, just pop her in one of the rooms and just leave her there and just see how long it takes for someone to notice.
Before somebody goes, I think we'll take her and try and run her over, set fire to her let's set fire to her in a park. There'll be like small ads in newspapers going, have you ever wanted to set fire to a Nan or run her over in a park? Well, now you can with our 3D representation.
Because the retirement village is an option, or as you suggested yesterday afternoon, if you're the owner or the employee of a store that's had a Nana go missing.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be this particular Nana. Like maybe you're in Queensland or something. Fine, it wasn't this Nana, obviously, but we could maybe give you this Nana.
Yes.
If you've had a Nan go missing from your Zimmer frame shop.
Yeah, because I'm sensing she's such a happy Nan. I can't see, like, her face basically says, steal me. Go on. Steal me. Put me in a ute and drive me around town. Look at her. She can't help herself.
Ben, thank you so very much for coming in today and dropping Nan off.
Thanks.
In your Triple J T-shirt.
Yeah.
Good on you. As we wave goodbye, our lovely friend Ben, who dropped us off a Nana. Dropped us off a cardboard cutout
So you're
Nana.
now joined by the 3 of us in the studio.
Yes, Ross Noble, Terri Psiakis and Nan with you this afternoon. And
Who is that Nan?
I wonder.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, she might not be around anymore.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I'm not surprised after being set fire to and run over by a car. If we'll get this up on the Triple J website, a picture of us with the Nan, and then, or if you know the Nan in question, then let's hunt.
Can you identify this Nan?
Imagine if that was Big Kev's wife.
Oh. That'd kill a few birds with one stone, wouldn't it? We are still looking for Big Kev. Yeah. We've had a couple of suggestions for what... Because now we've got this Nan. Yeah. We can't keep her. Oh, she's not for us.
No. She's the people's Nan.
She's the people's Nan. The people's princess and the people's Nan. Oh my God, we need to pay her forward somehow, and we've had a couple of suggestions. Ross from Croydon in Victoria says that we should attach her to a bunch of helium balloons and just let her go and see where she ends up.
That's good.
With a note, perhaps attached to her saying, if you find this Nan, call 1-800-055536 and we'll find out where she's ended up.
Wow.
Is that air pollution though?
Oh, behave yourself. A flying Nan? No one's going to... No, there's not a court in this land that would convict us of releasing a Nan into the environment. That's a brilliant... Who was that?
That's Ross from Croydon in Victoria.
Oh, God bless you, Ross. I think we should just make a little note of the balloons thing, because I'm sensing if there's possibly a helium balloon shop in Melbourne... that might
be happy to come to the party, so to speak.
Exactly, to donate quite a large amount of... Well, enough to hoist a Nan. and then we could have a proper send-off. That's top of the list. I'm writing that down.
We also had a call from... Oh, the caller that I was going to put to air has gone. We had a call from Stan from Penrith, who suggested that we perhaps donate the Nan to a defensive driving school, and they could use her as because Ben was saying that originally she was stolen because they just wanted to run her over a few times.
Yeah.
The defensive driving school could use her as kind of a thing that pops up so that the drivers will stop in time and, look out for the nan.
You would have to have that. You would have to have it spring-loaded. So
Spring-loaded nan.
Yeah, boing, straight up, because that's how nans, they don't just come out of, they don't just sort of saunter onto the boing, straight up.
Oh my goodness!
Maybe that's what. Yeah, on those training. Maybe we should give her to the Australian Special Forces. Because when they're doing their training and they have the terrorist target pops up, and then they have woman with a baby, young kids,
and then
quite frankly, you couldn't, you couldn't shoot her even if you tried.
I reckon you could give it a red hot go. But
well, you could.
You know what? I don't want to encourage shooting of nans. Rose from who was on the line but has dropped off, so to speak. Rose Gully Pub in Queensland is proposing the Ninda Gully Pub in Queensland as a home for Molly Meldrum's hat. We had Yeti ring us up earlier who said that he has a friend who quite famously, stole Molly Meldrum's hat. He did it anonymously, but he's still got it and may be prepared to send it on somewhere. She said the pub is full of hats on all the walls and it could kind of blend in with the other hats. She said it's where hats go to die. So it might be a good home for Molly's hat.
What about, this might be going a bit left field on this one.
That's all right.
With Molly Meldrum's
Hang on, what do you mean left field? We've got a cardboard cutout of a nan in the studio.
That is very true. What's funny is we've also got Dr. Phil is on in the corner just with the sound off, just with the things. And I swear the nan glanced over and watched it. I swear she's like, oh, Dr. Phil, I like him.
What might be a bit left of field?
What I was going to say was, why not, right, try and see if we can contact Molly Meldrum, right?
No, you're right. We've been hunting Big Kev all week. You reckon you're going to put one call out and Molly Meldrum's going to
We're going to find Big Kev. It's still going to happen. There's that guy that cleans his pool today. Apparently, we haven't heard. If you were the bloke that rang in and said your friend was going to be... I dropped my pen with excitement. I was actually punching the desk with if you were the bloke, then what you have to do is ring us back. If you're the bloke whose friend is cleaning Big Kev's
pool
today, then give us a ring back because we need to speak to him so we can get inside.
But I'm a bit worried about that because he said his friend was cleaning Kev's pool. Was he cleaning Kev's pool or was he cleaning the pool?
Yeah.
I just don't know.
I see what you're saying.
Either way, give us a ring.
But if we could, maybe, we might not, Big Kev, obviously, finding Meldrum is going to be a lot easier.
Finding Meldrum's got a ring to it.
It certainly does, doesn't it?
Finding Meldrum.
Pixar Animation presents Finding Meldrum. If we could find Molly, try and get... Because he's in the music area, the field. We're in the music, so roughly speaking, area. There's bound to be... I bet you one of them bands that I mentioned before, I bet you they know Molly Meldrum, one of them. And then we'll get him on the phone.
One of the bands that you mentioned in the band quiz.
Yeah, and, there's someone there who'll go, oh, that was my band. And then what'll happen is Molly will ring up and we'll speak to him. And then maybe say, look, we've got your hat. What can you do? Do you know what I mean? As a sort of a...
You're going to threaten him with his hat?
No, we're not going to threaten him.
Look, mate, we've got your hat.
We've got the hat. Not say like we're gonna snip it or anything. We're gonna chop it up with secateurs. What I'm saying is we see what he maybe
where he would like his hat to end because clearly he's got a replacement. He doesn't need this one.
He doesn't need it, but it's probably got sentimental value.
Right.
You see, he's probably done things in that hat. Like
I'd prefer
not done things into the hat, but Molly's probably think I'll have my hat back, and then he might in return maybe give us a small ransom. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm saying it's a hat hostage, and I'm the negotiator.
Ross and Terry with you on the Jays, and we are still looking, as we have been all week. This has been the thing. We've had, things every day. Yeah. The thread that's been running through has been the search for Big Kev.
I prefer the hunt.
The hunt?
The hunt for me.
You've seen the hunt for Red October. Now, Triple J brings you the hunt for Big Kev. Someone must be
close. Yeah. You see, the thing is that the trail was hot yesterday. Just before we came off air yesterday, we had a call saying there's a possibility, and then it's gone a bit cold this morning.
Yeah, and it was so promising. Some guy had a friend who was booked. He's a pool cleaner, and today he was due to be cleaning Big Kev's swimming pool.
Yeah.
That guy has got to ring in.
Yeah, exactly. We've got to get... Because the thing is, we've tracked him down to the area. We know the area that
we know he's somewhere on the Gold Coast.
Yeah, he's in the Gold Coast. We know that he enjoys drinks in Cocktails and Dreams.
Yes, and Melba's. He hangs out and has a drink at Melba's. Kate from Tempe just rang in and said that she knows that he recently co-sponsored a racing car with another company, and unfortunately the racing car burnt to the ground before the race even started. So I can see why he's having the occasional drink at Melba's or Cocktails and Dreams. I know why that happens.
He was also seen in the Sopranos restaurant.
Yes.
Which apparently is pretty fancy restaurant. So he's still doing all right.
Are we stalking him? Is this stalking?
It's not really stalking, because I think stalking's when you stalk somebody, you sort of keep it to yourself. We're telling everyone.
So we're publicly stalking someone.
Stalking him. He was seen in the shopping village up on the Gold Coast there.
Yeah.
So we know
numerous times. We had a number of calls.
Yeah. So the shopping village is where he likes to, if you've seen him today, or somebody's got to live in the same street as Big Kev.
Someone's got to be either in the car, or maybe they've got their headphones on and looking around, and oh my God, suddenly Big Kev is standing next to them. Get your phone out, give us a ring.
I mean, if you live in his street, I mean, we don't know, he might live in a very exclusive gated community where, where people can't get,
yes.
the likes of you or I could never get near.
If you see him, don't touch him.
Oh,
we're not suggesting that you just,
No.
Give him a go.
Exactly. I mean, don't shout abuse at him. Or...
We don't want that. We just want to... How did this start?
No, we want to see what he's up to.
That's right.
Yeah, we want to check that he's all right, and we want to know that everything...
And ideally, we would like...
That was a beautiful moment.
I know.
It was almost like, why is this...
Why do we want...
Why are we here?
Why?
I'll tell you what, but I've
Nana.
just... Nan has just... You know how you said before that you caught out the corner of your eye and went, oh, who's that? I've done that twice now.
We have if you've just tuned in, yesterday we were talking about things that had gone missing. Someone had stolen a cardboard cutout of a life-size Nana. We've had one delivered to us today, and she's here with us in the studio.
Sadly, not very
What do you think her name is?
Oh, I'd love to know who the real Nana is, but yeah, we should give her a big
She looks like a Dulcie to me. Dulcie, Dulcie. She looks like Dulcie. Do you think?
I can give... Dulcie's not a particular... That's quite an Australian name, Dulcie, isn't it?
Is it? Maybe it is.
Yeah. A Dolly, I could see her being...
Dolly.
I could see her as a Dolly.
Definitely starts with a D. I think we're sure
Dolly.
about that.
Yeah.
Dot.
Oh, yeah, that could be it. I think
she looks like a Dot.
Is she a Dot? She's a bit too friendly for a Dot.
Yeah, Dot's kind of...
We're going to have complaints from Dots now.
We would ideally, seeing as we've been looking for Big Kev all week, we'd like to speak to him tomorrow. I think we'd like to...
I mean, we'd like to speak to him today, obviously.
Well, if we could get a little bit closer to him today and maybe line up a chat for tomorrow.
We do need a guest for the final hour as well.
We do. If you...
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We could talk to Nan.
Yeah, we could. Just a lot of silence.
If there is someone that you think... We've had, just to recap, we've interviewed a former escort who, at the time that she was an escort, was working for...
Rick Parfitt
of Status Quo. We've spoken to Fairy Laura numerous times. Who
gives psychic readings.
Yes.
And also, apparently, her shop. Where was that place again?
In Bellingen in New South Wales.
Yeah, apparently she rang up earlier on. We didn't put her to air because, quite frankly, you can overdo a fairy, I think, sometimes. That's always the motto that I live by.
Oh, write that down. You can overdo a fairy.
Yeah. Write that right
quite
down.
Fragile.
Etch a sketch that onto your mind.
Jesus.
And she rang it. And apparently, people have been pouring into the town and just asking where she is.
There's a particular phrase that they've been using that she has quoted, who that is Fairy Laura.
Which I can see on T-shirts as we speak. And in fact, on the subject of T-shirt, that was the other thing that we've been talking about this week, the borange thing.
Yes.
We invented the word borange, meaning rubbish. There's a website, which is urbandictionary.com,
yes.
Which I'm proud to say we announced yesterday it was on there, and we're trying to get our definition to be the top of the list there.
Yes.
And currently we had 107, all the others have got like 5 or 6. One I think's got 12.
Yes.
But it's the very first one, and it's basically it says underneath invent Triple J. It's mentioned, and then
vote for it. Give it a thumbs up.
Give it 100. Give it another 100 today. Let's see. Let's see if we can by the time, because we're on this week and next week. Let's see if by the time next week comes we can have that up to about 1,000.
I reckon we can do it.
Yeah, and so yes, and also keep your calls in, and Molly Meldrum as well. If you know where Molly Meldrum is. That might be too much, but, you know, we're looking for Big Kev. We need a guest for the final hour, and if the guest could be Molly Meldrum, that really would be pure radio gold right there.
On Triple J, Ross Noble and Terri Psiakis with you, and we are looking for... Well, we may have a possible lead.
Oh, it's got hot again.
On Big Kev.
Yeah.
We may have... Because we're looking for someone to interview in our final hour. And we may have someone very close to Big Kev that we could interview in our last hour. We need to suss it out a little bit more.
Yeah. We don't want to give too much away because it's tricky.
Well, people will get their hopes up, and then if we let them down, they'll cry.
Exactly.
Because Big Kev provokes that kind of response, you know.
That's mainly
they get passionate about it.
Mainly from the cleaning products. It's the vapours, and it runs down their face.
Now, we should also say that tomorrow on the show we'll also be doing a very special interview because we will be having a chat to the owner of the Triple J Hottest 100 Bum.
It's nothing but top flight from us. But do you know what I mean? Like there's you know. People dream of this sort of...
They do. Yeah. I've been dreaming about it for a number of years. If you haven't seen the Hottest 100 Bum, go to triplej.net.au. There is a gentleman who has had every Triple J Hottest 100 number 1 tattooed on his bottom, although someone pointed out that it would probably have been more appropriate if he'd had all the number 2s tattooed on his bum, but... You know, that's not my joke. That's someone else's gold.
It's quite like, if you look at the picture, his buttocks are very smooth.
They're quite... He's been working out.
Do you think he's been working out, or do you think he's naturally slight?
I'm not sure.
I mean, to be honest with you...
We can ask him tomorrow.
I'd like to know if they are naturally that smooth, because it's almost like a lady's posterior. No,
are you going to say that to his face?
Obviously, I'm not going to say it to his bum. Look at my eyes. Sorry, I'm distracted.
By the bright, shining light.
It's very smooth. Like with me, you couldn't, you know, you'd only be able to pick out the odd letter through the forest of my arse.
You'd have to be fluent in Braille.
Forest of my arse, what a great title for a band. I'm writing that down for tomorrow's quiz.
Now, don't forget you can vote for the Hottest 100 either via the website or via SMS. 191555 is the number to text. I'm very excited about it.
Do we know why he's left? Because he's left one off, hasn't he?
He has left one off. There was a changeover of... It used to be you would vote for the Hottest 100... Like, the Hottest 100 would be voting for the best songs of all time, but it kept being the same song that got voted in every year. Is it the Joy Division song?
Love Will Tear Us Apart?
Maybe, I think.
So has he got that repeatedly tattooed on him?
No, well, that's what it was originally, and then they changed it to being the Hottest 100 song of that year. So there was like a lost year, like a crossover year.
Right, I see.
Which was left. I had that explained to me by lovely Louis.
Okay. Do you think you'd let us write in our favourites? Just in that.
I reckon we can just tattoo our favourite on his ass tomorrow. Just add a couple of extras.
Yeah, let's write our favourite in with pen. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to declare it's a national event is happening right here. We just have to fade the track. We have to forget whatever we're doing.
All right, I'm not going to back announce it before that. You heard Muffin Plutonic with Heaps Good. I'm not going to do that. But
do you want to tell people?
All right. Well, we had a call from a lovely gentleman by the name of Mark. He said, I'm calling from Hotel Sorrento on the Gold Coast, and I know where Big Kev is. where is he? He's standing across from me. He's standing at my bar. And then, sure enough, he passed the phone over and, are you there, Big Kev?
I'm here, Dale.
We found Big Kev!
I'm excited! The rumours of my demise have been grossly overrated.
Now, just explain what we have put you through the last few days.
Oh, look, it doesn't matter where I go. People are saying everyone, they're looking for you, looking for you. At first, I mean, I honestly thought it was a creditor until someone said it's not Telstra, it's Triple J.
There's a big difference.
I don't mind talking to Triple J. It was just, and anyway, so here I am, and great to be on the Gold Coast, great to be alive, and great to love life.
Magnificent. Now, would we be right in thinking that you're having your pool cleaned today?
Yeah, the pool guy's just left.
Oh, yes. That's magnificent. So it's good to hear that. That's all. Oh, yeah, we know you're full whereabouts. But the things you were saying to us just off air a second ago there, that you went to the races just yesterday, was it?
Yeah, yesterday we had it's the middle of our carnival up here, the Magic Millions on Saturday, and the Silk Stocking was on yesterday, and I had about 3 or 4 people come up and say to me, they're looking for you, and once again, as soon as they say that, I just bolt to the loo. And it wasn't until someone told me it was yourselves.
Well, I can't believe you were at such a high-profile event and nobody told us. I mean, I think you did well there to avoid. We didn't know that you were at the races, and that's quite amazing that we didn't find out. So, are you well? Because I mean, basically, I come to Australia. Well. That's good, because I come to Australia, and one of the things that makes me excited is seeing you, and I hadn't seen you for ages, and I was genuinely worried that you were fine and everything was okay.
No, everything is absolutely tickety-boo, mate. It's okie-dory, and we're just, we're loving life. My shareholders now, are sending me kisses instead of throwing stones at me, which is fantastic.
Oh, good.
And and everything's really good. I'm having a great time.
That's magnificent. And I think what we'll do is we'll officially say we found you, you're okay, and the hunt is off. And now people can leave you alone and no longer tell us your whereabouts. But before we say goodbye, is it possible just to have one more? I'm excited.
Oh, I'll build up to a big one for you, fellas. Are you ready for this one?
Yeah.
Because this is it. I'm excited.
Yeah. Big Kev, thank you very, very much for joining us on Triple J.
Have a great day, and thank you so much.
Alrighty, we'll see you later.
Fine.
See
Bye-bye.
Bye now.
Love Australia!
You see, ask people and they shall find.
As I've said before, that is why this country's great.
It is.
Ross Noble just giggling like a schoolgirl.
I'm an idiot.
Why?
Because we played that, was it yesterday or the day before? And I wasn't listening. I thought you said featuring Carl Barron.
No, Carl Barrett. Barrett of the Libertines.
Oh, of course, yes.
Sorry, it would be an entirely different track if it featured Carl Barron.
Carl Barron. Popular comedian. What?
Now, are you okay? We've just chatted to Big Kev. For anyone who's just tuned in, we found him. He's okay.
To be honest with you, I'm just...
You're spent.
I'm happy. It's like I've been drinking cleaning products.
Which we don't advise, by the way.
Just a bloke walked past the window there and he double-taked Nana.
Oh, we've got our Nana, our cut-out Nana in the studio.
He looked at Nana and he went, what?
It was a visual gag, but I'm sure you can appreciate it, dearly.
I'm glad I came out today. I really am.
My goodness. Now, we've had a call from... Because the reason we've got the Nana is because someone stole it and decided to relinquish the Nana.
Yes.
And thought that the best way to do so would be to deliver her to us. And we're trying to come up with an idea for something to do with the Nana. Isabel from Strathmore rang in and said, I tell you what, give me the Nana and I'll take Nana to the big day out. I will walk around with her all day at the Melbourne Big Day Out and I will escort her around the showgrounds. I think that's quite a good idea.
That is a good idea. In fact, what would be good would be to take her to the big day out and
crowd surf with her.
Yeah, well, to all the security guards, what the hell's going on? That old woman's, she's going to jump. Yeah, and then people could play Spot the Nana.
Spot the Nana.
Just that it would be funny, the fact that one cardboard cutout of an old lady would then become like that person all day. There'd be no peace for that person.
That is fantastic. Now, someone else who has stolen something and would like to relinquish it is Yanni from Queensland. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
You are. Now, take us through what you've acquired.
Well, a little while ago, myself and some friends acquired a life-size policeman. Cardboard cutout that has a little sign that says shoplifting is stealing on it.
That's like weighing on a please wash your hands sign. And was it like in a supermarket or something, was it?
Well, it was actually in the back of a let's say an unnamed supermarket, and the irony sort of caught us after a few drinks, and we just figured that we had to create a little bit of a diversion and bring him with us.
So you'd like to relinquish your life-size policeman. What's brought you to that decision?
Well, I've been listening to all these kind souls that you've had on, and I don't know, just a warm, fuzzy feeling that I think Ross is definitely sharing with me, and I've just feel that it might be time that he goes somewhere and does some good for the world.
Well, we have a suggestion that we came up with only seconds ago for what you might like to do with your life-size policeman. If you've been listening, you've heard us talking about the fact that we've got a listener who we're in contact with who has Molly Meldrum's hat.
Yeah.
And we're now trying to... Ross, you wanted to get in touch with Molly and say, look, we know a guy who's got your hat.
We've got the hat, and, we'd like to get it back to you, possibly for, a small fee. Especially
the fees were still,
Yeah, no, the fee, I'm just mucking about with that, but we want to get the hat back to Molly and just see what he would... I mean, obviously not give the thief the reward, but just see... it doesn't have to be just maybe a kitchen utensil or something like that.
What we were thinking is if you would perhaps consider sending us your life-size policeman. We had another caller who rang in with what may be Molly Meldrum's address. So we thought maybe we could send the policeman round to Molly Meldrum's house with a little note saying, we've got your hat, and get in contact with us. Would you consider sending your policeman to us here in the Melbourne studios?
No, I'd consider it. I'd actually thought that maybe he might do some good outside a brothel or in a dark corner of a train station or something like that. And
I'm sure Molly could take it to a brothel or a train station. I mean, it's the thing with this stuff like this. You have to do it in stages. I mean, like, what we'll do is we'll start off. We'll get it to Molly, and then we'll send him a note. He'll go, "Why is there a policeman saying I've got your hat?" Next thing, we'll get his phone number. We've shown we can do it. We've found Big Kev. We've got the power to, and then nip round a brothel. We'll ring up a brothel. We'll get one of the ladies of the night to nip round and pick it up.
Well, look, I'll pop you on hold. We'll come back to you. Have a bit of a think about it. Because, look, it is your life-size policeman. At the end of the day, it is your life-size policeman, and you should be able to do with it as you see fit. But we have some suggestions for you.
And also, don't forget, if you do send it here, he will get a chance to meet our cardboard Nana.
Oh, well, there might be some action there.
There's a cop show. Nana and the cop.
I'll pop you on hold, Yanni. Can I fade you down?
Yep.
No worries.
I wonder, we never bothered asking him what he actually did with the policeman. Like,
do you want to find out?
Fade him back up just quickly.
You there, Yanni?
You still there? Yeah. You're on air again, by the way, now. It's just you still know. Did you get up to any hijinks with the policeman?
made a few appearances at parties and sort of, kept an eye on mates' places while they've been away on holidays and things like that. So he has done some good for us.
Oh, that's all right then. Good.
All right, I'll fade you back down.
Not super hijinks, that. More used the policeman in the role in which he was intended. There was a thing in the... sorry, are you about to play a song there? I was just going to say there was a thing in the UK where they actually put cardboard... This is how lame we are over there with sort of crime fighting. They actually put cardboard police cars on the tops of bridges, on motorways, so that people would slow down to the speed limit, thinking it was
Thinking it was someone with a radar gun.
Similar to the policeman, every single one of those cars was stolen.
On Triple J, where it is coming up to 20 minutes to 2 o'clock. Ross Noble and Terri Psiakis with you this afternoon for another 20 minutes or so.
The Kings of Leon, is it me or I mean, I'm fond of their music. Went and saw them live, but very odd-looking individuals, aren't they?
I'm not sure. What do they look like?
They look sort of like they're kind of like Amish people were to start a band, you know. They've got a real sort of. Not quite pirates, not quite farmers, you know. They're just... They're
a lot of facial hair, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, they're very, very odd-looking. I mean, when I say odd, I mean cool-looking, you know, like I'm not talking odd in a... like the Bast, you know. I'm not going to start...
Guy Sebastian, for those of you not familiar with the terminology.
Yeah.
The Bast.
Simply known as the Bast. In fact, why not put that up on the Urban Dictionary?
I should check that and see how many hits we've had.
And see how many's up there. Just urbandictionary.com, the Bast definition, another word to describe the stylings of Mr. Guy Sebastian.
Because we've already got Borange on the Urban
there.
Dictionary.
Yeah, and we're winning at the moment. We're in. Last time we checked, we were 103. 103 was it last time? And has it come up with that filter again?
The ABC internet filter.
It's like basically, it's like what they've done is
I've cracked it. I've hacked into the Pentagon.
Nice work, excellent. I feel like Dan Aykroyd. Do you feel like Robert Redford?
Yes, I do.
In the film Sneakers,
quite regularly.
In the film Sneakers, for those of you that are sitting there just going, have they lost their minds? I feel like Dan Aykroyd. Do you? Yes. What are we up to?
Oh, my goodness.
Is it?
Borange, made up by Ross Noble on Triple J radio station. Similar meaning to rubbish, as in that song is Borange, has received 208 thumbs up. And who's this? One thumb down. There wasn't a one thumb down yesterday.
No, you see, that's just somebody.
That's Molly. That's who that is.
Yeah,
Molly
exactly.
Meldrum knows we're looking for him, and so he thought, fix you.
That's either whoever came up with definition number 2.
Borange is a word used to bag out things and also means stool-like crap. Just in case you weren't sure what stool, maybe the other meaning of stool.
Yeah. So, and whoever's put a thumbs down, they're clearly a bit...
Party pooper?
Yeah. I mean, it's fine. I mean, there are people in society who are a bit touched, People who are a bit special who think that it's clever to do that, to ruin the fun, I'll
tell you someone who is clever. Daniel from Shepparton gave us a ring during that little musical interlude with a suggestion on what we can do with our Nana, because we've got a cardboard cutout Nana in the studio, just watching us.
What did we decide she was called in the end?
What did we say? Dot. Did we say Dot? Did we decide on Dot?
What was yours? Dolores?
Dulcie.
I said Doris, you said... I said Doris,
because then he said Dorothy and I said Dot.
Yeah. I still don't think she's a Dot, though.
No.
She doesn't...
definitely D?
I think Dorothy, though. I think we
Dorothy.
Well, let's call her Dorothy.
All right.
Dorothy or Dot.
Daniel is about to embark on a bus tour of New Zealand and inquired as to whether...
Well, right.
He wants to go and see where The Lord of the Rings was filmed.
Let's look at those.
He didn't say that, but he sounded like that's what he was going to do.
Let's just say, have you been in New Zealand?
No, I haven't had the pleasure.
They don't shut up about Lord of the Rings.
Isn't there is a book my former housemate, Delightful Michelle, received for Christmas last year. Someone gave her a book, which is, how you can get a Lonely Planet guide to whatever. There's like a special Lord of the Rings guide to New Zealand where it takes you around all the places where the different scenes were shot.
Is it called the Lonely Person's Guide? Because they don't, all the places, everywhere you go in New Zealand, they're just like, oh yeah, Lord of the Rings was there.
Do you think she'd want to go? I'm just looking at her. I don't know that she'd be keen to trek around New Zealand.
Hills, too many hills.
I mean, Daniel sounded quite sincere. He said that he asked his own nana, but she turned him down.
How dull would you have to be as a human being?
Oh, don't say
no,
that.
No, I'm not saying he is. I'm just mucking about. I'm just saying that, like,
when your own nana doesn't want to sit on a bus with you.
It's gonna be. I mean, I'm not holidays is always it's a tricky subject. You know, I don't know what sort of. Are you a beachy type person, or are you looking at scenery? What
beachy? Yeah, I don't mind. See, I don't mind doing the drive. I don't mind the scenic drive.
Really?
Oh, been up and down the Great Ocean Road a number of times. Love it.
Can't get better.
Love that.
Yeah.
Or driving through forests. I spent New Year's up in Alexandra in Victoria, just past Hillsville, and a lot of that was driving through kind of rainforest. I quite like that.
But bus tour.
I get high before I do it, clearly, but you know.
Obviously, yeah. What's them trees?
Don't call him.
She is right now. She's actually high on drugs. Yeah, but you know, the bus holiday, and I apologise if you run a bus touring business. It's wrong. It's just no, it really isn't.
What do you mean it's wrong?
I went on a bus holiday of Austria. Right, we drove all the way from the northeast of England right down through Europe into Austria, and it's possibly the most miserable week of my life, probably 2 weeks.
There's nothing to look at? What? I find that hard to believe.
Well, there's scenery, but you're on a bus, you know? I went on a tour. I wanted to see, up, Ayers Rock and all that.
Yeah.
Kimberley's and all that.
Yeah, beautiful place.
Yeah, magnificent. And rather than, ruining my own car, I thought we'd go on a bit of a, like a bit of a trip. And it was very nice and all the rest of it. But I'll tell you what. I mean, some lovely people. Right, but you meet some people on those bus holidays.
On the buses? Is it like on the buses?
Oh, if only I'll get you partner. If only. I met a bloke, right? I met the gayest man alive. He was from he was a ballroom dancing teacher, right, from San Francisco, who had travelled to Australia to compete at ballroom dancing in the gay games.
Are you sure he wasn't just an articulate man who loves the theatre?
He was no, but look at what's on offer there. He's an Olympic standard ballroom dancer, who also runs a ballroom and he's competing in the gay games. Like, if you're a runner in the gay games, that's not particularly gay. You're just a runner in the gay... Do you see what I'm saying? Like, if you're a javelin thrower...
now I understand.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
You throw a javelin, you happen to...
What, did he ruin your bus?
No, he didn't ruin... He was a perfectly lovely man, but, I mean, he just kept whipping out these...
He kept trying to dance with you on the bus?
He kept trying to massage everyone with these sort of, like... And then he said, well, there were sort of balls on springs, to be honest. And he was like, every 2 minutes, you couldn't... Like, I'm relaxed, I'm fine. And he just... and he was, but, that is, if you shot put, gay games, not particularly gay. You're going for gold in the ballroom dancing, even in the regular gay, that's pretty gay.
And he ruined your bus trip.
He didn't ruin it. It was the woman with a dodgy hand that ruined it, to be honest. There was a woman with strange ears as well. There was a woman with strange ears who ate nothing but meat the whole time. They were off-putting. And but there was one lad who said the most real thing I've ever heard ever. Like, they were going, oh, this is Uluru, it's a sacred place and all the rest of it. And, you can climb it if you want, but really, you shouldn't.
Yes.
And, and I was there going, you're respectful, me. I go, I won't, it's not right.
You.
It's not right to climb it. Don't do it. You don't need to. It's like if you go to a sea life centre, you don't want to stand on a dolphin. Do you know what I mean? It's like just look at them and enjoy them. Do you know what I mean? And this bloke, he looked across at it, and I went, so you gonna? He went, oh, half mine. I'm gonna climb it. And I went, really? He went, what my dream's always been? To kick a bloody football off the top of it. That's the most Australian thing, to kick a football off the top of Uluru. You're a wrong individual. I got angry, I got tense, and luckily the dance man, he leant over and he just massaged my back and I was fine again.
Ross Noble and Terri Psiakis signing off.
Oh, we've done good work.
We have today. We've talked to Big Kev.
Yeah, we found Big Kev eventually. Obviously still looking for Molly as well.
Indeed.
But thanks for listening. Just so you know that both Terry and myself today were dressed by Latvian peasants.
We choose to stay at the spare room at our cardboard Nana's house.
All guests fly by strapping budgies to their faces and lifting their heels.
And special thanks to Big Kev.
Triple J. 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 Triple J.